Hey, my friend. You're lucky to have found this video, because what I'm about to share might change the way you deal with life's toughest moments. Have you ever faced a challenge that felt impossible to overcome? Have you ever wanted to escape a difficult situation rather than confront it head-on? If so, you're not alone. But here's the truth. The only way to truly grow, to truly find peace, is to face it. No matter what you're dealing with right now, fear, failure, uncertainty or setbacks, there's a way forward. And today, I'm going to share 7 powerful Stoic principles that will help you build the courage, wisdom, and resilience to handle anything life throws at you. Life isn't always fair, and it definitely isn't always easy. But running from difficulties only gives them more power over you. The Stoics believed that strength doesn't come from avoiding hardship. It comes from embracing it, learning from it, and using it to become better. Imagine what life would be like if setbacks didn't shake you, if criticism didn't bother you, and if fear didn't stop you from going after what you want. That's the mindset shift that Stoicism offers, and it's something anyone can learn. These 7 timeless lessons will show you how to take control of your emotions, stop overthinking, and develop the kind of unshakable mindset that will serve you for a lifetime. So, my friend, before you go, make sure you stay until the end, because the conclusion of this video might just be the turning point you've been searching for. By the time we finish, you'll walk away with 7 practical tools to help you face life with confidence, strength, and absolute clarity. Let's dive in. Number 1. Facing failure. Head on. Imagine training for months for an important competition, only to lose in the final round. What would a Stoic do? Instead of drowning in frustration or self-pity, they would accept reality, analyze what went wrong, and focus on how to improve. They wouldn't waste time blaming others or themselves. They would take action. The Stoics believed that true power comes from controlling how we react to failure, rather than letting it control us. When failure hits, most people let their emotions take over. They feel ashamed, discouraged, or even paralyzed. But failure is not a reflection of your worth. It's just an event. The Stoics teach us that every setback carries a lesson, and the sooner we accept it, the sooner we grow. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" a Stoic asks, "What can I learn from this?" That mindset shift changes everything. It turns failure from something that breaks you into something that builds you. The greatest achievers in history, from philosophers to athletes, embraced this principle. They didn't let failure define them. They used it as fuel. So the next time you fall short, face it with courage. Learn, adapt, and keep moving forward. Because in the end, the only real failure is refusing to try again. Number 2. Facing fear and uncertainty. Imagine standing at the edge of a big decision, maybe quitting a job you hate, moving to a new city, or starting something completely new. Your mind races with what-if questions. A Stoic wouldn't run from this fear. They would examine it. They would ask, what's the worst that could happen? Can I handle it? Will I regret not taking this step? Instead of being controlled by uncertainty, they would see it as an opportunity for growth. The Stoics believed that fear is just an emotion. It doesn't define you, and it doesn't control you unless you let it. Fear thrives in the unknown. It convinces us to play it safe, to avoid discomfort, to wait for the perfect moment that never comes. But Stoicism teaches us that the best way to eliminate fear is to face it directly. When we take action despite fear, we prove to ourselves that we are stronger than we thought. The moment you step into uncertainty, it loses its power over you. And more often than not, you'll realize that what you feared wasn't nearly as bad as you imagined. Every great leader, thinker, and innovator had to face fear before they succeeded. They didn't wait for confidence to come. They built it through action. So, when you feel fear creeping in, don't let it stop you. Face it, challenge it, and move forward anyway. Because on the other side of fear is the life you've been waiting for. Number 3. Facing criticism and judgment. Imagine pouring your heart into a project, sharing your ideas with confidence, only to be met with harsh criticism. Someone dismisses your work, mocks your efforts, or tells you that you're not good enough. What would a Stoic do? Instead of taking it personally, they would pause, reflect, and separate emotion from logic. They would ask, is there truth in this criticism? Can I use it to improve? Or is this just someone's opinion that I don't need to carry? Most people crumble under criticism because they tie their self-worth to the approval of others. But Stoicism teaches that external opinions do not define us, only our own actions and values do. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's greatest Stoic philosophers, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Instead of reacting emotionally, a Stoic evaluates the criticism objectively, takes what's useful, and discards the rest. The truth is, no matter what you do, someone will always have an opinion. You cannot control the words or thoughts of others, but you can control how much power you give them. So, next time you face judgment, face it with wisdom. Let go of the need for approval. Focus on your own path. And remember, great things are never achieved by those who fear the opinions of others. Number 4. Facing hardships and unexpected challenges. Life is unpredictable. One day, everything is going smoothly, and the next, you're hit with an unexpected hardship, a financial struggle, a sudden loss, or a painful betrayal. What would a Stoic do? Instead of asking, well, why is this happening to me? They would accept reality and ask, how can I handle this in the best way possible? They would understand that suffering is not in the event itself, but in how we choose to perceive and respond to it. Hardships are inevitable, but they are also our greatest teachers. The Stoics believed that obstacles are opportunities in disguise. When life becomes difficult, we have two choices. We can break under pressure, or we can rise above it. A Stoic embraces challenges as a chance to grow stronger, to build resilience, and to sharpen their character. Instead of resisting hardship, they use it as fuel. History is filled with stories of individuals who turned adversity into triumph, leaders who faced failure before success, warriors who endured loss before victory, and thinkers who found wisdom in suffering. The next time life tests you, face it with strength. See it as a chance to prove to yourself just how unshakable you really are. Because in the end, it's not what happens to you that defines you, but how you choose to rise from it. Number 5. Facing procrastination and laziness. You have a goal. Maybe it's starting a new project, learning a skill, or improving your health, but you keep delaying it. You tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow, but tomorrow turns into next week, next month, and eventually, never. What would a Stoic do? Instead of waiting for motivation, they would take immediate action, no matter how small. They would remind themselves that time is the most valuable resource, and wasting it is the greatest loss. Procrastination often comes from fear, fear of failure, fear of discomfort, or fear of not being good enough. But Stoicism teaches that action is always the solution. The more you delay, the harder it becomes to start. Instead of thinking about the entire journey, take the first step. A Stoic would say, do what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Feelings are temporary, but discipline and consistency create results. Great achievements don't come from waiting for the perfect moment. They come from showing up every day, even when it's hard. So if you've been putting something off, face it with discipline. Start small, start imperfectly, but just start. Because the time you waste now is the time you'll wish you had later. Number 6. Facing rejection and disappointment. You put yourself out there. Maybe you applied for a dream job, confessed your feelings to someone, or pitched an idea you believed in, only to be rejected. It stings, and your mind tells you, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I should stop trying. What would a Stoic do? Instead of seeing rejection as a sign to give up, they would see it as part of the journey. They would remind themselves that external outcomes are not within our control, but how we respond to them is. Rejection is not a reflection of your worth, it's just an outcome. Stoicism teaches us to detach our emotions from results and focus on our efforts. If you did your best, then that's already a victory. A Stoic would say, not everything will go my way, but I will keep moving forward regardless. They would understand that every rejection is simply redirection, leading them to something better, something more aligned with their path. History is full of people who faced rejection before success. Authors who were told their books wouldn't sell, inventors who failed hundreds of times before finding a breakthrough, and leaders who were doubted before they rose. The next time you face rejection, face it with resilience. Keep improving, keep trying, and never let a temporary no stop you from reaching your true potential. Number 7. Facing loss and change. Life is full of changes. Some are exciting, while others are painful. Maybe you lost a loved one, ended a long-term relationship, or had to walk away from something familiar. Change can feel overwhelming, leaving you uncertain about the future. What would a Stoic do? Instead of resisting change, they would accept it as a natural part of life. They would remind themselves that nothing is permanent, and attachment to the past only creates suffering. The Stoics believed that everything in life is temporary, including us. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. This isn't meant to be depressing, it's meant to wake us up." Instead of fearing change, a Stoic embraces it. They focus on what they can control, their mindset, their actions, and their ability to adapt. They understand that even loss can be a teacher, showing us what truly matters. Change is inevitable, but suffering is optional. You cannot stop time and you cannot hold on to everything, but you can choose how you move forward. So the next time you face an unexpected change, face it with wisdom. Let go of what you cannot control, embrace the present moment, and trust that every ending is also the beginning of something new. So my conclusion is, face it with strength, wisdom, and action. Life will always challenge you. You will face failure, fear, rejection, and unexpected change. But remember, these moments do not define you. How you respond to them does. The Stoics believe that true power comes from within, from mastering your emotions, your mindset, and your ability to adapt. No matter what obstacles stand in your way, you always have the choice to face them head-on with strength and wisdom. Every challenge carries a lesson, and every setback is an opportunity to grow. Instead of running from discomfort, embrace it. Instead of fearing failure, learn from it. Instead of waiting for motivation, take action. The key to a strong and resilient life is not avoiding hardship, but facing it with courage. The greatest minds in history, from Marcus Aurelius to modern-day leaders, understood that the only way forward is through. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to be brave enough to keep going. So, as you move forward, remember this. Life is not about what happens to you, but how you choose to respond. Face your fears, face your failures, and face your future with unshakable determination. Because the moment you decide to stand up, take action, and push through, you have already won. Now, go and face it. Before I'll go, take this with you, my friend. I hope this video has given you some valuable insights, something you can take and apply in your own life. Challenges, setbacks, and fears will always be there, but now you know that you have the power to face them head-on. The Stoics taught us that true strength isn't about avoiding difficulty. It's about meeting it with wisdom, resilience, and action. So the next time life throws something your way, don't run from it. Face it. Thank you for spending your time with me today. I truly appreciate you being here, and I hope this message stays with you long after the video ends. Remember the words of Seneca. Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. Every challenge you face is shaping you into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. So embrace the journey, my friend. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss more content like this. And if this message resonated with you, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, stay strong, stay resilient, and most importantly, face it.